What is going on, everybody? Thanks for popping in. That was such a goofy intro. What is going on, everybody? If this is your first time catching the live, today we're doing a little Q&A, answering your questions in the chat. Again, if this is your first time watching, we go live every noon 30 Eastern time, alternating between Q&As like the one we're doing today and themed live streams. Last week we talked about all things Poshmark, and this week we are answering questions from the chat. So if you are already in here and you have some questions prepared, go ahead and pop those into the live stream chat. If you're watching the replay, drop them down in the comment section below. Speaking of dropping them down in the comment section below, we had some people that missed last week or 2 weeks ago's live stream where we did a Q&A. They dropped some of those questions down in the comment section. Before I get to those, can the chat let me know real quick, how is the audio sounding? We keep bouncing between echoing and just bad audio quality. So if you guys could just give me a thumbs up in the chat if the audio sounds good, you just let me know. But I'm going to bounce into some of the questions that we missed from 2 weeks ago's stream that I got from the commenters that didn't quite catch the live stream. Starting off with Mimi Ketchum asked, what do you have to do to get started selling on eBay? Super broad question to kick us off. And the simple answer is, as Think Media would put it, you just got to punch fear in the face and get started. That's really it. Sign up for an eBay account. You don't need to get a store subscription to start out. Find something that you have around your house that you don't need anymore and get her listed. Get her listed. We got a thumbs down in the chat. Little echoey. I don't know what the deal is. I'm going to turn the gain down a little bit. We're having so many technical difficulties. I went on a test live right before I popped on here, and everything sounds good, but it's like you can't practice a live stream without being live. So it might take me 3 to 6 months to figure out how to be a good streamer, but you know what? We're going to figure it out. I think, let me try to turn the gain down maybe. Is that possible over here? Testing. Okay, we're more in the green now. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna say hi to some people in the chat. John Horn, thanks for being here. Jody, neighbor, what's going on? Joe, ... I'd flip that. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Maxie Toes, hi. Hello, David in Rochester, New York. All the way up in the cold New York. Is it still cold in New York? I don't know. Grace, what's up? Thanks for being here. KB, thank you for the shoe trees. Thank you for the purchase. I seriously appreciate the purchase. Flippin' Junior, thanks for being here. Retail Recon is in the chat. What is up, my guy? David Gwilt said, sounds good to me. Perfect. Love that. Al, hi Dalton, you have inspired me to start this little business. I'm a mom of 3 boys and so far it's going great, slowly but surely. Let's go. I love that. Little side income to support the fam. That's why we love reselling. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter where you are at in life. It can benefit you just a little bit of freedom added on top. You know what I'm saying? Leslie Gold, enjoy your weekly videos. Learn a lot about shoes from you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the kind words. Sarah, what is up? Thank you for your Posh video. While watching it, I sent out the offers to likers in bulk that didn't know existed and made 4 sales. Did y'all hear that? Cha-ching, let's go. Just sold some Stephen Janoski's back to back. Did I get a bundle sale? Did I get a bundle sale? Or is that just the same cha-ching twice? Did I get a bundle sell, or is it the same cha-ching twice? No, it was 2 separate sales. That's crazy. Back-to-back sales to kick off the live. Everybody send out some offers. Send out some offers right now. This stream is good luck today. Made 4 sales in 1 hour from doing it last Friday. Let's go, Sarah. I love to hear that. David says 47 and rainy in New York today. Sunny Collectibles, hello from Milwaukee. Slowly starting to get more into shoes. How much is too much work in cleaning, or do you stick to relatively clean to streamline? Let's stick to relatively clean. Depending on your opportunity that is in front of you wherever you are at. If you have a little bit more, like if the sourcing isn't quite good, we need to just make sure that we're getting listings up, because if we're not getting listings up, then we are not making money. If you got a little extra time to invest into cleaning some inventory, don't go too overboard. Definitely don't go too overboard, but if we can stick to the cleaner the better. You know what I mean? We don't want to be spending too much time cleaning. We're not shoe cleaners. We are shoe sellers. So try to get the stuff that doesn't need too much cleaning. Kara, hello from Iowa. We got people from all over the country. I love to hear this. Tammy, oh man, I missed it. Tammy, you didn't miss it? We're still live. We just got started. Let's go. You popped in just in time. KB is a part-time reseller. Just bought myself an iPad to be able to watch the live like this while I list. Come on. Don't tell me you bought the bought the iPad just for this live. That's crazy. Humble me real quick and tell me that there was more to it than just that. I am just Key. What up? What up? Old guy shoes here again. I have gone from 3+ daily sales to 0 in 4 straight days. Oof. Are we listing every day? Are we sending out offers every single day? Do we have coupons running? Do we have markdown sales running? What platform? I'm assuming mainly eBay. A lot of you guys are mainly on eBay. I will say though, things have picked back up for me over the past couple days, but I went through a 3-4 day span where eBay was just dead. I was getting like 2-3 sales a day, sometimes even less. It was bad. It happens. Just stay consistent with the basics. Keep putting those listings up, keep sending out those offers, and keep improving on the listings that aren't selling in the past. My shoe sales are way down. Reseller Runner, what is up? Thanks for being here. Shoe sales are way down. eBay and Posh are so competitive. Northwest Indiana checking in. Like I said, things have been kind of slow lately. Starting to pick back up, at least in my experience. Just, like I said, keep up with the basics. MZJ, what is going on? ATL in the house. Let's go. Let me go back to 2 weeks ago's video. Like I said, we have some people that missed the live stream and they dropped some comments down in the comment section saying, hey, I missed the live stream, but I'd love this question answered. So we're going to get those knocked out. While I am doing that, make sure any questions you guys have, leave them in the live stream chat box and we will get around to it. All right, where are we at? We answered Mimi's question about what do you have to do to start selling on eBay? Just create that account. Punch fear in the face. Just get started. Let's go. List something that you don't need that is in your house. I should have wrote down the question because I'm reading through like 3 paragraphs of comments trying to find the question. Okay, this is a really good question. How do you feel when you have a cart full of shoes at a thrift store and people look at you and maybe even talk behind your back weird? How do you react? It makes me feel kind of discouraged. People say these things like the shoes are for the poor people. Why are you buying them all to resell? Which is ethically wrong in their minds. But in reality, I'm just poor middle income trying to get some cash on the side. And while I really just want to say, hey, ignore them. Who cares? Just move on. That's the basic advice. But like, I'm human. I'm sure most of you people are empathetic to some degree, and you understand. Like, I get those comments 24/7. If you want to get those, if you haven't heard that yet, just create a short form video that you see like a TikTok style video of you going to a thrift store and buying things to resell, and then post that on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And let me tell you, you are going to get destroyed. Every time I open my YouTube Studio app, I have at least 5 comments of people telling me that I'm the worst human being on the planet and that I am stealing from the poor. And while I read those things, and sometimes it does get to me, and sometimes I have been in a thrift store and had an altercation. This has only happened one time. In real life, I've only had one person actually come up to me in real life and basically tell me that I'm a piece of garbage. Other than that, it's just weird looks. But you need to just remind yourself. First off, you answered the question for you in the comment that you left. In reality, I'm just a poor middle income trying to make some cash on the side. Life is hard. It's hard out here, people. Like, inflation's happening. It's hard to scrape by. I don't have kids. Like, there's not a lot that I got going on, and it's like expensive for me. So like, just be empathetic to yourself. Like, have some grace for yourself, because if you stop your hustle, no one else is going to pay your bills. Not a single person on this planet is going to, aside from like your closest circle, none of these people that are hating on you or giving you a side eye at the thrift store are going to pay your bills for you if you stop your hustle. And I will tell you right now that they are in the wrong, depending on where you at. where you are at. There are some thrift stores, some charity shops out there that do struggle to get inventory, but the majority of them do not have that issue. And even if they do have that issue, the main goal of thrift stores, charity shops, whatever they're called in your area, the main goal of those stores is to raise money. They need to raise as much money as possible and take that money and put it towards their charity, whatever their cause is. Here in Central Florida are what the thrift stores in our area do, at least the Goodwills. They take that money, they pool all that money together, and they go out into the community and find people that just got out of jail, people that are homeless, people that have disabilities, and help them find a job opportunity and get them back into the workforce. And they're doing a lot of good. I don't love everything about Goodwill, but I do believe that they are doing some good things for the community in that sense. If they did not try to make as much money as possible, if it wasn't for resellers coming in and spending thousands of dollars a week, that's just that much less money that they are going to be making that they can put towards that cause. So you just got to kind of remind yourself of this. Just do a quick Google of your closest landfill and you will see clothes and clothes and clothes and shoes, all sorts of stuff just filling up that. Like, we live on a planet that people wear things one time and throw it away. It is okay. There's never going to be a shortage. If someone is in need and they need to find clothing and shoes, they will find it. So there's my spiel. That is exactly what you just need to remind yourself of if people are looking down on you. First off, it says more about their character than it does yours. Somebody that has good character is not going to speak to somebody in a negative sense, if that makes sense. So moving on to the next question from 2 weeks ago, Pepper says, how do you get health insurance as business owners? They're still employed and they want to quit soon and wonder how to go about getting health insurance. And this is something that a lot of people overthink. Yes, health insurance is expensive and you got to do it. But you can just go to healthcare.gov and you can just sign up for a health plan. It's that simple. It might be a little bit more expensive since it's not your job purchasing insurance in bulk. I don't know how it works, but like it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but that's just how you do it. Healthcare.gov. Trying to get another question. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, new subscriber here. Shoot, I missed your live, but I have a burning question. I bought a couple of men's boots that were missing the in-size tag and the shoe size on it. How do I measure it to determine the shoe size? One is a pair of Caterpillar boots and the other is High-Tech or Herman's. They bought some shoes that did not have a size tag and they want to know how to measure them. Oops. I would just take that. Okay, there's two things you can do here. One, take it as a learning lesson, and next time you're in the thrift store, double check, triple check, quadruple check, and make sure that you are picking up shoes that have the size tag. Second off, if you want to risk a return, because if a buyer buys a pair of shoes and it does not have the size tag on it and it doesn't fit them, they can technically say it's an item not as described. So whether you allow returns or don't allow returns, they're going to be able to return those shoes. So if you want to risk a return, I would take the insole out and measure the insole and compare it to maybe some other insoles that you have. Maybe take the boots, find another pair of shoes that are similar in size externally, and then take the insoles out and just like try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But try to steer clear of that because it's just a return waiting to happen. That being said, I think those are all the questions from 2 weeks ago that I wanted to cover. As I've mentioned a few times, if you guys have any questions, I see the chat moving over there. We're going to get caught up here in a second, but I need to get caught up on the chat. You guys have any questions at all? Drop them in the chat, please. I would love to answer them today. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, hope the FZY150. See, Justin. It's Justin C. See, Justin C. Hope the FZ150 guy is using your shoe trees in his videos. I hope he is too. I hope he just like accidentally lets it slip one time. I don't know that anybody be able to find it, but I did send him some free shoe trees because I reviewed his product. His product was good. Mainly because, so listen, if you guys haven't seen it, I reviewed FZ150 in a short form video that I posted on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and it did really well for me. It got almost 1 million views on TikTok. I think it's got like 600,000 on YouTube. And the video is good for me because it is a direct shoe tree ad. I, in the middle of the video, say, and then we stuff the shoe with a Dealing with Dalton shoe tree. And it's just clear as day an ad for my shoe trees. But it's also an ad for his shoe cleaner because spoiler alert, it's a pretty good cleaner. It's a pretty good cleaner. And the beautiful thing is he has 10 million, not subscribers, but followers on TikTok. And he duet my video and posted that video on his TikTok to his 10 million subscribers. And it got like 4 million views or something crazy, maybe 2. So yeah, I mean, he just posted a free advertisement. So the least I could do is send him some shoe trees. I don't care if he ever shouts me out. He's already shouted me out more than he needs to, but he's got a free pair of shoe trees just for that. Samantha, thanks for being here. Finally caught a live. Can we send you sticker? Of course, Samantha, and anybody else that's listening, I have a sticker board. I love collecting stickers from the community. My address is in the description below. Let me just double check and make sure that it is updated. Yep. Address is in the description below. You guys can go send them there. I really appreciate that. And I accidentally scrolled. I'm just key. When my sales are down and I don't have a death pile, I end and sell similar old listing. That helps a lot. Beautiful. We've talked about that on a few live streams before. If your sales are down, end them old listings and relist them. 2 weeks ago, I had almost no eBay sales, but it's picking back up. I think eBay may be having issues. Maybe it's just that time of year. How do you feel about having to severely discount items in order to get sales on Posh? I'd say that if you're having to severely discount items just to get sales, you're probably severely overpricing items, or you're picking up items that aren't necessarily a good pickup, or you're getting impatient. Like sometimes, like, I don't know what kind of shoes you're talking about, but sometimes you just got to ride it out. And if they're taking a while to sell, maybe be a little bit more stricter with the sourcing. But if you're confident in your pricing, you shouldn't have to send out too deep of discounts. Retail Recon is so sick. Bro, you're still sick? Come on, dude. He's just a common cold? Like, what's going on over there, broski? That's what she sold. Shoot. I think anyone that says things like that are probably jealous. That's probably true. Mr. J. Watford, how do they not know you are buying to give away? I have a funny story about this. I've never told this because I kind of feel bad about this story. So please don't screen record this and get me canceled. Don't take this out of context. All right. Don't chop this up and make me sound bad. All right. So I went to this thrift store. It wasn't in Goodwill. It wasn't a sell. It was just some hole in the wall thrift store here in Orlando. And I had a bunch of shoes. I bought a bunch of shoes, and I went up to the register, and the lady was talking to me, but she wasn't really talking to me about what I was doing with the shoes. She didn't really talk to me about she was just a super nice lady, just making conversation. And at the end of the checkout process, she was just like, I'm going to throw a 50% discount. It was like 30 or 50, one of the two. I'm going to throw a 50% discount on this transaction. And I was just like, thank you. That's amazing. I don't know why you did that out of the kindness of your heart, but I'm not going to turn that down. Thank you. And so she throws the discount on the transaction, and I pay. And then as I'm taking the bags and putting the receipt in my pocket, I'm starting to walk away from this. She says something along the lines of what, she's like, are you buying these for your church? Are you giving these away? What are you doing with these shoes? I'm like, is that why you gave me a discount? I was at a loss for words. I was just like, no, I sell online. And then she didn't really say anything, so I just walked away. I just have this feeling that she gave me a discount because she thought I was doing something with the shoes that wasn't self-fulfilling. I feel bad about that. Don't tell anybody. Has anyone ever done Kitizen? I've never done Kitizen. I know that I think Ginger Marvin does pretty well with it. See, Reseller Runner's got it spot on. If Goodwill was only for poor people, they would give it all away to them. Goodwill is not a for-profit corporation. I want to clear that up. They are a non-profit. But they do need to raise as much money as possible to, put their money to a good cause. Okay, super slow sales. It seems like a lot of people are having slow sales. Platform for years, 10 or 11. My city is 75% resellers at every thrift store. The special needs programs are thriving because of it. That's spot on. The more resellers, the more money they're making, the more they can do. I already mastered Posh and Mercari, but I can't seem to get on eBay. I'm scared so crazy. So if you've mastered Poshmark and Mercari and you truly believe you've mastered Poshmark and Mercari, then why do you need to get on eBay? I don't think you need to. I think eBay is the best platform to sell on. That doesn't mean you have to think that. Like, it's my best platform. It doesn't have to be your best platform. If you are seeing a lot of success on Poshmark and Mercari, maybe you can dip your toes into eBay and test it out and see if you are missing out. But like, we're not like, there's not one right way to do this. If you're seeing the most success on Poshmark and Mercari, you like the way that those platforms work, then just stick to it. Double down. Don't spread yourself too thin. Okay, I'll try to get past the Goodwill, stealing from the poor comments. We got a lot of those come in. I haven't put any energy into them. I may try again. MZJ is saying might try Kitizen again. Sure. Let me know how that works out for you. A rural squirrel, Kirsten, thanks for being here once again. D2C vlogs popping in. We got a lot of long comments here. I'm sorry if there's a little pause. For any of my ADHD viewers out there, if I'm pausing to read comments for too long, please don't leave. I love you so much. Oh goodness, I got so many. I'm so behind. You guys are killing it. Okay, now I lost my spot. Is it best to sprinkle in high dollar items or list them all in one day? Like 6 days of 30 to 40 items and 1 day of $100 to $120 items? I don't think that necessarily matters. Just consistently list. And that's all that really matters. I can't work because of chronic pain. I got my insurance on healthcare.gov for free for a year and they will reassess. Yes. If, I don't know everything that goes into it, but like if your income's at a certain spot, you'll get free healthcare. Or you'll get discounted healthcare. It's pretty nice. OG and Z. Well. What is going on? Thanks for popping in. Cleveland checking in. Real 101 question. Can you get away with just one piece of tape on each end of a priority mail shoebox? I sure hope so, because that's all I put on it. I don't think you need much more. Unless it's if you're using eBay tape, you might need more than one piece. eBay tape sucks. I don't buy it. But yeah, most tape's good. Do you think everything sellers can be successful? Of course. Yeah. You can be successful doing whatever you want. I just think that picking a category and sticking to it is the easiest way to scale it. There's two benefits that come with selling in one single category. A, you can scale a lot easier because if you're doing the same thing every single day, it's easier to have somebody else do the same thing. Like if you want to hire, you know what I'm saying? If you want to hire out everything, it's easier to hire somebody that does the same thing every single day than trying to hire somebody that just does everything. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you don't want to scale up, say that you've hit a sweet spot, you're making enough money, you're happy with it, if it's a side income or whatever. If you're trying to minimize the hours that you're spending on your eBay side hustle, being in one category, you're going to get your work done a lot quicker. So that's that. You can definitely succeed being an everything seller. 100%. Super easy. Or not super easy, but like Osborne Thrift, Tim, I think that I would consider him an everything seller, even though he's like mainly electronics, but like I'd consider him an everything seller and he's doing a lot better than I am. I have wondered about the insole issue too. I have passed on a few good pairs of shoes because of the doubt of not having an insole, or you didn't know the size. I have $1,000 in sales because of me. No, I'm just laying the groundwork for you guys. You're the ones that got to implement everything we're talking to. Andrew, I'm proud of you. Congratulations on the $1,000 in sales, but you did it, my guy. You did it. But thanks for being here. Do you offer a counter even to a lowball offer? Or you just decline the offer on Poshmark? Sure. Decline the offer. That doesn't matter. On eBay, I never decline the offer. I don't care if it's a $1 offer on a $150 item, always counter, because that person that sent that lowball, they're not going to buy, obviously. So why would I waste time countering? Because the more interactions there are on a listing, the more interest that is shown on a listing, the more offers that are sent back and forth on a listing. eBay's like, wow, people are interested in this. There's some negotiation happening here. Maybe it's a popular item. Maybe we need to bump it up in the search results. So it'll help your ranking the more offers and counter offers that you do. Samantha said she will send some extra for Carly. I appreciate that. We thank you so much. I'm trying to get caught up on the chat, guys. I'm so far behind. You guys are laying them on me today. I promise we are going to get caught up. Proper way to clean suede. I try to stay away from dirty suede. It just, the effort that goes into cleaning it is not really worth it unless it's like a really expensive pair of shoes. But the FZ150 that we talked about, in the review video that I did, it was actually a pair of suede Jordans, and it came out pretty clean. I'm happy with the way it turned out, but the effort that went into it, it was probably like a good hour's worth of cleaning for both shoes. You know what I'm saying? It was like an hour's worth of labor. So like, what is an hour of your time worth? You know what I mean? So I tend to stay away from the suede. Just try not to get it wet. Don't put it in the washing machine. That'll make the suede all nasty, all matted up and stuff. And the going live with copy, and I was charged an insertion fee on those. Is that a regular thing? Okay, so Jody says, I tried the copy, sell similar, delete old listing, and go live with the copy. I was charged an insertion fee on those. Is that a regular thing? Nobody shares that part when explaining how to do it. The insertion fee is going to be charged if it's an auction, I think. At least that's how it used to be. I haven't ran an auction in a really long time, so I don't know if that's current. But there's an insertion fee on auctions, and the only other time that you'll get an insertion fee is if you've passed your listings for the current month. So if you don't have an eBay store, I don't know how many it is, but you have a certain amount of listings that you can put up every single month, and then each tier of store has another amount of listings that they want to that they will allow you to put up in a single month, and that includes items that are automatically relisted, because eBay automatically relists items after 30 days. It's not an official relist. That's why delist relist still works. It's just eBay counts it as a new listing every 30 days. So sometimes it takes that into play. If you're getting an insertion fee, that means it's time to bump up your eBay store subscription. Mark Klein, with average sourcing and cleaning or leaving money on the shelves, can I survive selling middle of the range shoes in good condition? Yeah, of course. There's people that make that survive selling like the low end stuff. If you can get the stuff at a good enough price and you can do enough bulk to bring the income in and you can make it worthwhile, like you're not putting a ton of effort into cleaning a pair of $15 shoes, of course, it's just a matter of, how much you can get your hands on. Steph says, when cleaning, you found a tiny hole in the mesh near the toe area of the expensive Nike Air Max, Fabermax Flyknit. Is this a hypothetical, or did I do this? I think this is a hypothetical. Would you still sell at half price or resonate? Is it repairable? I wouldn't worry about repairing it. If they're a valuable shoe, like if they are worth a lot and the hole isn't, interfering with the wear, like you can still wear it. I mean, you can list it for half price. There is like some thought that goes into like, if you start listing these kind of things in your store and someone sees those in your store, they might think that, you list a bunch of stuff that's in bad condition. So like psychologically, the buyer might click out of your eBay store if that's where they find themselves. If they're like doing just the eBay search and that's how they found the listing, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're like growing a store and you're trying to get repeat customers, like a repeat customer isn't really going to come back if they see a bunch of flawed listings. But like, I really wouldn't worry about that. You can definitely still sell it. Can you recommend one piece of footwear? Oh man, where do we go? I keep accidentally scrolling to the bottom. There we are. Could you recommend one piece of footwear that you would say always buy because they sell quick? I find Crocs for $2 to $5 and sell for $20 to $40, depending on model. Want to add to my arsenal. I mean, Crocs is a good one. Every brand, I don't think that there's a brand. I mean, there's some, right? Like Vivo Barefoot comes to mind. I'm always going to pick up Vivo Barefoot. Well, even Vivo Barefoot, those like rubber water sandals, if those are in bad condition, like even not great condition, they only sell for like $30 plus shipping. I don't know. It's less about the brand and more about the model. So just like, I can't just give you one thing. It's just, you got to keep doing it. Keep learning, keep buying, keep noticing what's selling. Just the way you came to the conclusion with the Crocs, you got to do that brand by brand. Every brand has models that aren't really worth picking up. Even Crocs. There's some Crocs I probably wouldn't pick up for $5. Hope that answers the question. I bought a Wrangler hooded flannel and listed it on eBay and Posh. 0 likes and almost no views. It's an XL. Poshmark. Is Poshmark the right place to list it? No idea. I don't really sell clothing. I wouldn't worry about your 0 likes and almost no views. You just got to wait for the right buyer to come around if it is a thing that's sought after, or maybe you're listing something that nobody wants to buy. I don't know, because I don't sell Wrangler flannels. I just sell shoes. Totally understandable to feel that way after getting a discount, but that's her fault for not asking first. She was going to gatekeep. Oh, we're back to that story. True. I got banned from Mercari. I had crazy success on there, but I listed a shoe saying I didn't know if it was authentic and got banned. Wish I still had that account. Yeah, guys, if you, I wouldn't sell anything that you aren't certain of the authenticity. And if you aren't certain, if you just like have an educated guess, you know, if you think it's real, then sell it. And if something comes back inauthentic, take that as a learning lesson. But I definitely wouldn't put, I don't know if these are authentic in the listing. I try to get them authenticated if you don't know that they're authentic. You can use like CheckCheck, or Mercari does authentication over like a certain dollar amount, I think. Justin C. Some desirable running shoes will still sell as a backup pair. I'll just be sure to accurately photograph and describe. Worst cases, you get a return. There you go. Yep. A lot of people do buy backup running shoes. Just got to make sure that the shoe is worth enough to justify selling a damaged pair. I don't want you wasting time cleaning and listing something that's never going to sell. Kyle Duffy got here late, but I watched your Poshmark live and took your word and got one shop. Sales have skyrocketed. Love that. Love that. If you guys missed the Poshmark live that we did last week, go check it out. If you're thinking about selling on Poshmark, or if you already sell on Poshmark. Mama with a camera, Lori made it. What is up? Thanks for being here. Lori made a live. Love it. Love it. TCR, hey King. What's up, Ethan? Thanks for popping in, my guy. Reseller Runner with a well-timed advertisement. Not really an advertisement, just saying, hey guys, hit the like button. We got 81 people here. There's 81 people watching right now, and only 26 of you have hit the like bucket. Let's fill up that like bucket with likes, my guys. It's free. It's an easy way to support the channel. I really appreciate it. It helps bring my videos to a wider audience, and that's what I'm on here for, to help everybody out. Everybody. How do you decide on pricing and shipping? I think we did a live stream on how to look up comps specifically. You just got to look up comps on the marketplaces that you're selling on, whether that's eBay or Poshmark or Mercari. See what shoes are selling for, and then price accordingly. Shipping is really up to you. Every option works, whether you do free shipping, flat rate shipping, or calculated shipping. That doesn't really affect, like, you can't just make up the market for a pair of shoes, right? If the most someone is willing to pay for a pair of shoes is $50, there's a few ways to get that $50. You can charge $50 free shipping. You can charge $40 plus $10 shipping, or you can charge $35 plus calculated shipping, and they pay $15 in calculated shipping. You know what I mean? I personally don't like calculated shipping, because I think that doing a flat rate shipping, if you put the right price as your flat rate shipping, it's always going to even out. So you're never going to lose money, and you're never going to really make money on the shipping. But with calculated shipping, say, like I'm here in Florida, right? And say if I did calculated shipping and it's like a 3-pound pair of shoes, someone in California, eBay's probably going to tell them that's like $21 to ship it. And it's 2023. Like, nobody's paying $20 to ship something, because we've been spoiled by Amazon. $10, I do believe, is a good justifiable price. $14.99 is a good justifiable price for like, say, boots or something. So, like, I like to keep it flat rate shipping, just so it doesn't deter buyers that are on the other coast. While, yes, sometimes on individual sales, I'm losing money on shipping because I'm shipping a pair of shoes to California and I'm paying $14 to ship them, and the buyer only paid $10. But, like, I'll get a few Florida sales where the buyer paid $10 to ship, and I'm only paying $7.50 or whatever it is. So I'll make a few dollars here, lose a few dollars there. Everything comes out in the wash. It's all good. OGNZ says, couldn't pass on trying to clean the Suede Ferragamos, sold for $100, cost $4. What methods did you use to clean it, Mark? How'd that go? Did it come clean, or did you just try to clean it? You know what I'm saying? And what did you use to clean? Cuban Flipper, I would also like to know, how would you go about checking the authenticity and value of a promo sneaker, mainly Nikes? So not an authentication expert by any means. I just try to use check whenever I can. If it's a really expensive pair of shoes and Mercari offers the authentication service, I don't sell on Mercari, but sometimes I'll just like put a listing up on Mercari just so they can give me the news on whether it's authentic or not. I think it only costs like $10. I'll do that. If I can't, do any of those options, I will try to find similar items on Google and do some research, as much research as I can, and just make an educated guess. And if something comes back inauthentic, then that's on me. It's a learning process. I still have not sold a pair of shoes that have came back inauthentic, other than the Dunks that we talked about a couple live streams ago, but it wasn't because they weren't authentic. They were just missing the size tag. Hope that answers the question. Julie, I thrifted a pair of Crocs that reek of cigarette smoke. Any suggestions? So the only thing that I've ever done that's actually worked at getting cigarette smoke out, I don't know if it would work on rubber. I'm sure it would, since they're Crocs. But if you take a sock, Ethan, shout out Ethan. I think that he's the one that taught me this trick. If you take a sock and fill it up with coffee beans and stick the sock inside the shoe and just let it sit overnight, that is a really good way to get the cigarette smell out of the shoes. People have used like vodka, like sprayed vodka on it. That didn't work in my experience. Febreze didn't work in my experience. There's people that like told me to put the shoes in a cardboard bag. Is that a brown paper bag, and then put it in the freezer? That didn't work. The only thing that has worked for me is the coffee beans method, but I've only ever attempted to get the cigarette smell out of one pair of shoes. So I'm not an expert, but the coffee beans worked really well. Poshmark is good too. There's usually a lot of other Wrangler flannels. Sometimes it can be saturated. Tinker with your photos. A rural squirrel gave Luke some advice. Wrangler flannels can sometimes be saturated. Tinker with your price. Tinker with your photos. Be competitive. Good advice. Love that. Daryl says, really enjoyed the podcast style chat you had with Renzi a while back. Any plans on doing something like that again with other resellers? Maybe. It's possible. I did several videos with other resellers, and it's really stressful. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like there's a lot that goes in. Like a rural squirrel can probably attest to this. She does the Let's Do Lunch reseller podcast with a few other girls. I think it's only 2 now. I haven't watched an episode. I think the last episode that I watched, I don't believe Rachel's doing it with them anymore. But anyway, that's completely off topic. Scheduling out guests, and not only scheduling out guests, but also having questions prepared, right? Because I've listened to podcasts before that a lot of people will just bring a guest on because they want the guest on, and they don't really know anything about the guest. Like, they didn't prepare questions. They didn't know what they're going to talk about. And I live by the motto of do everything the best that you can. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just bring people on just to chit chat with you guys. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm bringing somebody on, I want to talk to them and I want to learn from them. And it's a lot of work to schedule that out and put questions together and be engaged. Like, it's stressful. I will probably do it in the future. Like, I'll probably have some people on just to chit chat. I don't know how regular it would be, but I love talking to other resellers. It's fun. Just hosting is stressful. But could happen. All right, where are we at? David, very part-time reseller here. And one thing I am finding out, different areas have different shoes. So I found if I want better finds, I just need to drive an hour and a half. Well worth it. Exactly. That's another, I think we talked about that in a past live stream on the, when we talked about sourcing. If your area is not doing good and you really just want to make it as a full-time reseller or a full-time shoe reseller, whatever it is, step outside of your comfort zone, step outside of your city, step outside of your state, drive a little bit, go get a hotel in a different town, source that whole area, and just keep losing money until you start finding your honey hole. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the game. There's been plenty of times that I've driven 3 hours to test out a new spot and it just didn't work. Come to find out that I just need to stop neglecting the places that are already working. Orlando's pretty good. Tampa's pretty good. I don't really need to go find any other places right now. But if the time came and these 2 places that I source right now dried up, then, I'll make it work. If I can make it work, you can make it work. Promise. Jerry, what is up? Thanks for popping in. I think this is the first time I've seen your name. I don't know. Hey, Dalton, I can only hear you on my left side of my AirPods. Is that everybody? I might have a setting messed up over here. I'm the king of having messed up audio. It's just this little like learning curve that we're going through. We're like 8 live streams in, I think. Wow. Have we actually done 8 of these? Maybe less. And I still haven't quite figured out how to become a professional streamer. And it's something that you can't really just like, test out. You got to go live and make some mistakes. So we're learning. Mom with a camera, what do you do when there is no size or size is wrong? I locked in a pair of sample Lucky Brand sandals that day that say size 6 and they are clearly much larger, 8, 8.5. Do you guess or do you cut your losses? If they say size 6 and they are size 8, I would probably say that they are a youth size, maybe a youth 6. And then you could just like find the Lucky Brand size conversion chart. And I think that would work. If they're sandals, you could just measure them. That's something I do with like Tory Burch. Tory Burch flip-flops don't have a size on them. So what I'll do is just measure the length of the shoe and I'll put that in the listing. And then I'll just try to find an inches size conversion chart on Google and see what the closest size to the inches that I have is. Uh-oh, where are we at? I keep scrolling to the bottom and losing my spot. Uh-oh. Shayna, what is up? Thanks for popping in. How crazy do you go filling out item specifics on eBay, such as features and activity? There's so many options. So with item specifics, just try to fill out as many as you can. It's not the end all be all, right? Like I think that we were on a live stream. No, this wasn't on a live stream. I was just chatting with somebody on a Zoom call. But if you go into the eBay search bar and you search something in, a lot of you guys probably sell similar off other people's listings. And you've probably noticed that when you hit sell similar and you pull it up, the listing that you sold similar off of has a bunch of stuff not filled out. And that listing either A, already sold, or B, ranked high in the search results. And it's just like, I can't explain that because like you'd think that if they didn't fill out all the item specifics, they shouldn't be ranking in search, thus they shouldn't be selling. But they do. So like, I don't think that you should spend 10 minutes per listing filling out your item specifics. I think that you should answer all of them as accurately as you can. You don't need to put NA on the ones that you don't know or that aren't applicable. Only put in things that are searchable, things that matter, and if you know the answer to it. If you want the perfect, I know Ethan is, he told me that he had to fill out or get rid of the recommended item specifics on the eBay homepage because, the OCD got to him. And like, that's great. And he probably has a crap ton of really good listings now. So when he sells similar off of his own listings, they're all already filled out for him. So if you put in all the work up front and sell similar off your own listings, it's going to be a lot quicker. But don't stress too much over it. You know what I'm saying? It's important. It will help, like the more you fill out, the higher you will technically rank in search, but there's a lot more that goes into the eBay algorithm than just that. So just do the best that you can. TCR, I got a whole shout out. Coffee beans are the best for smoke removal. Shout out Ethan. We'll give you, I think that's number 3. Steph, do Converse, Chuck Taylor, All-Star have a style code on the tag? Yes, they do. Most of them will be, I'm trying to picture the size tag. It's got the men's size, the women's size, the UK size, and the EU size. Directly above the men's size on the left side of the tag is where the style code is going to be. Most of the time on most models, most modern Converse, that's where they're at. There we go. Samantha said I should have Carly join my live. I think we're going to go live on her channel sometime. The reason I do these lives at 12:30 Eastern is because she every other week has therapy at 12:30 Eastern time. So it's just an easy time for me. But next week, like I said, it's every other week for her. So like maybe she'll come in next week, but this week she is she's in therapy. That is where she's at, and that's why she's not here. Lori, thank you so much. Hosting the conversations, I do feel like they were, I think they all turned out well. Like, I think that I did them right. I'm happy with how they turned out. It's just the back end of everything, like putting it all together. It's tough. There we are. Let's Do Lunch podcast is in the building. Thanks for the shout out, but you're right. Having a guest on takes a lot of prep, but we love it. Yes, I applaud everyone, every single person that has a podcast, because I love listening to them. It's so much work, and it's crazy. Like I said, I applaud you. Keep it up. One of the most consistent podcasts in the reselling space right now, for one. Like, back in a year and a half ago, we thought the Triple Thrift podcast was going to be something, but like, where'd they go? Let's Do Lunch is still here. We really do love watching you with a guest, though. Okay. All right. Everybody put in the chat who you want to see me have on, and I will try to make it work out. Somebody give me some examples in this chat over here. I think I'm pointing the right way of who you want me to have on to interview or chit chat with, and I'll think about reaching out to somebody. I scrolled to the bottom again. I'm getting caught up though. I'm a left side listener also. Bo Johnson, what is up, my guy? Party time. Smash the like button. Nice little reminder. 78 of you guys here, only 42 likes. If you want to support the channel, easy way, hit that like button. Miss Kim says yes, left side of her computer as well. I'm sorry, guys. I'll listen to the replay and I'll tweak some settings. Next week will be 1% better. That is the goal. Each of these live streams is going to be 1% better. You could check back in a year from now. There's going to be some like crazy scene changes going on. Like, I'll have some like pre-roll. There will be an intro video. I'll just hit a button on my stream deck right here and it'll like make some noises. Like, the streams right now are super basic, but a year from now, they're going to be crazy. So y'all just make sure, if you're not already subscribed, to hit that subscribe button and stick around, because it's coming. My better half is doing great today. She's doing good. She, like I said, is in therapy right now, and that always puts her in a good mood. Tammy, my daughter gave me a pair of brand new Vans. I sold them and they were 2 different sizes, so always check. Yes, more often than not, when I buy a pair of shoes and they end up being 2 different sizes, they are brand new shoes. That's probably why they got donated, or that's how they ended up in my possession or your possession. But, is what it is. Do you ever list youth sizes under women's, like Nike 6Y converts to 7.5 women's? Yes, of course, all the time. They typically sell a little bit better as the women's equivalent on Poshmark. eBay, I've heard rumor, I haven't implemented this at all, but I've heard some rumors from my friend Ethan that eBay doesn't like it when you do that, so it ranks you lower in search, but that's just a theory. I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say most of the sales that I get of youth size that I converted as women's come from Poshmark, so that honestly might be true. If you have suede that is flat and matted from being wet, you can usually fix it. Use a letter opener to scrape the nap up. Letter opener is thick, heavy enough. Most don't have a super sharp edge. Yep. I haven't heard the letter opener trick, but you could also just take a brass bristle brush, like find a brush that's got brass bristles and like just brush it back and forth. Or just like a regular brush that's got like a thicker, coarser hair, I guess. That works too, but it can be tough if it's really matted down. Scroll to the bottom on accident again. Any recommendations for moving inventory in bulk? I did way more sourcing than I did listing for quite some time, and I would never get through it all. Clothing and shoes. Just like start reaching out to people on Instagram, probably just in the DMs. So as someone who gets a lot of DMs like this, the easiest way to go about this is to lead with what you have and your price. Don't say, hey, do you want to buy in bulk? Just send as many pictures, as much information as you can, and your price. The price is the most important. I can't stand when somebody wants me to make them an offer, because like if I'm making you an offer, I'm going to lowball the crap out of you. Like, not you specifically. I'm just generally speaking, like, I'm a reseller. I want to make as much money as I can. So like if I'm making the offer, it's going to be a low offer. So lead with the price, and it's usually easier to negotiate from there. And if you lead with the price, they can, if they're not interested, it's a lot easier to say no than do a bunch of like time wasting negotiation. So just, send out some pictures to people that you think might be interested, and your price. Or you can sell similar off Dalton, Ethan, half the time. Not that I do that or anything. Yeah, I'm sure that there's some people out there that's got some pretty good listings that you can just sell similar. Ethan said, yeah, I spent a lot of time doing it. Item recommendations are a pain, however, but when you do the work up front, not so hard in the back end. Bingo. Shayna is debating getting a store for the main reason of having coupons, but I'm only up to 150 listings. Worth it, you think? I think that honestly, yes, I think it's worth it. If you see yourself growing, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to grow, if it's just a side hustle, you're only listening to a few things here and there, don't worry about it too much. But like if you want to grow your eBay store and you want to see some more success with your eBay store, yeah, it's worth it. I like sending out coupons. I like all the features that comes with having a store. You get that little the discount, the shipping supplies discount every quarter. I think it's worth it. Retail Recon says that I should have Retail Recon on. I could probably line that up. Chris, you want to come on? I could get you on here. I don't know, we can talk about anything. We can talk about rock climbing. We could, play some kind of dating game. Maybe somebody in the chat would be interested. Find you a little lady thing. That'll be fun. Christy says Rally Roots. Chris says Tino the Soul Advisor. Who's Tino the Soul Advisor? Tino the Soul Advisor. Sorry, I don't know who that is. I don't watch a lot of YouTube. Okay. Dress shoes in the okay. Tino. All right. Tino the Soul Advisor. Rumor is fireworks during streams next year. Fireworks are coming. Fireworks are coming. Lil Miss Q says Drew Profit Monster. I have a video with Drew back when I did those, but I could probably have him on again. I'm sure he'd be into it. I think Julian, Bearded Thrift, and you have such a positive attitude and helping personality to you would be awesome. Bearded Thrift. There's an idea on my free week of one shop. No sales, but 2,000 new followers. If you're not getting any sales, I'd really look into your photographs and your prices. Just make sure you're staying competitive. The followers, like one shop isn't going to guarantee you, like you can't just like put up listings that aren't going to sell and then one shop magically makes them sell. One shop is just going to get them in front of a lot more eyes. As you can see, you got a lot more followers in, so your listings are being presented to a lot more eyeballs. So now if you still don't have sales coming in, it's time to figure out why. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Vans were from the Van store. Yeah, I try to get a refund. If you still have the receipt. Chris Rega, the $150 guy. I don't know who that is either. Miss Kim, what's up, Miss Kim? I've watched your videos from when you first started, and you're definitely top tier at this point. Come back to Atlanta to thrift. Atlanta's not that bad. I definitely drive through Atlanta every single time I go on a road trip, so that's probably gonna happen soon. I don't know if I'm top tier, but I think I'm getting there. 1% better every video. But I appreciate the kind words. We're going out of town this weekend to source. I'm excited. Just dropping in to say hi. What's up, Christy? Thanks for keeping company while taking pictures. Thank you so much for saying hi. I really appreciate it. Kevin, what made you decide to be a full-time reseller? I really enjoy your tips and content. I'm a very part-time reseller. I decided to become a full-time reseller because I hate working for people, and this is the easiest business to start. It really is. Like anybody can do this. And yeah, I'm a terrible employee. I don't like other people writing my schedule. That's how it happens. I will say though, it wasn't from a passion of reselling. I've always sold on eBay. It wasn't like I worked a job and I was like, I really want to be an eBay reseller. That's like, I'm not that background. I'm just the background of like whatever I can do to write my own schedule. That's where I'm at. I think getting a store has made me committed. Well worth keeping yourself true to you. Yes, I fully agree with this. I'm going off on a tangent here because it's been like 2 years, but like 2 years ago, I listened to this Lewis Howes podcast and they were talking about, moving in, like committing to things that are outside of your means. And, I can't remember who it was on the podcast. You're going to have to find it yourself because I don't know who it was. But Lewis Howes basically explained that when he moved to California or wherever the heck he's at, he couldn't really afford what he signed up for. He moved into an apartment and then he had a studio. I think I'm probably telling the story terribly, but moving into an apartment that he couldn't afford and apartment and studio that combined he could not afford made him drastically more money because he had to pay that bill. You know what I'm saying? So like committing to things, there's some psychological effect of just saying, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to stop waiting for the perfect time and I'm just going to go for it. And going for it, magical things can happen. Dalton, Retail Recon, and Ethan podcast. Ethan, I don't even have to say it, bro. I'm ready when you are. Mystery box sell. I've seen other resellers do that. Yeah, you could do a mystery box sell. It's kind of tough if you don't have an audience, because having an audience, like people have audience because they build trust with people. Like you guys are watching me right now because you trust me. Like I've built trust in a relationship with you guys. So it's like you come to my live stream. If I offered a mystery box on this live stream right here, or if I went on my Instagram stories and said that I've got mystery boxes for sale, I'd probably sell out of them. But I'd need to back that up because like you guys trust me. But like if you don't have a bunch of people that trust you enough to do mystery boxes, it's going to be tough. But that being said, it's possible. You can do it. It's something that you can look into. Chris Rega, I saved myself $150 guy. Sorry. I can probably tell you that probably won't happen because like, I don't know what to talk to that guy about. I could talk to him about like how he got into business and stuff, but I mean, I guess it doesn't really fit in with the theme of the channel. Like it's not, I mean, he does thrift and he cleans shoes, but he's not really a reseller. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like shooting something down. That's a really good idea. I might shoot him an email. We'll see what happens. Shayna, FlipCon this year. Of course, FlipCon this year. If you guys don't know what FlipCon is, it is the #1 reselling event in the world, I guess I'm self-proclaiming that. It's hosted by Harry Tornado. Lots of good people are speaking this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's like a 3-day event. You can go find it at flipcon.net. It's, I believe, $270, but that includes a lot of food. A lot of food is included in that $170 or $270. I will be there. It's in August, I believe, in South Carolina, North Carolina, somewhere like that. I'll be there, and I hope to see you guys there. Thrifting near Marietta was awesome. I don't like someone else telling me when I can go to the bathroom. Same. Same here. Like, we're grown adults. I don't like when people... I was a server for a while. I was a server before I got into reselling, and I just like I'm an adult. I'm a grown man. And like, if I want to check my phone, like, I should be able to check my phone without getting yelled at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so dumb. Like, if I owned a restaurant, I don't want my servers on their phone in front of guests. But like, every job that I ever worked at, if I was in the back and I was looking at my phone, like, yes, like to a certain extent, it could be a problem if you're just sitting there on your phone and not doing any work. But like, pulling out my phone and sending a text to my Grammy, like, why am I getting yelled at? Like, it's like why? It just doesn't make sense. Like, who would want to do that? Who would put themselves in that situation? I feel like we're in kindergarten again. It's weird. It's just a weird world we live in. TCR, I'll text you tonight about it. I can set it up if you're down. You know I'm down, broski. Drop it in the Discord. Chef Rob it is in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where it's at. Oh, I'll be watching to see because I'm near South Carolina and live in North Carolina. Thanks, Rob. 30 minutes for me. That would be... Tammy, I cannot wait to see you. We're wrapping it up here. We are at the top of the hour, the deep end. If you guys have any last minute questions, please leave them down in the chat. I want to get them answered right now. But if you're catching a replay and you have questions that weren't answered today, please leave them down in the comments. Daryl Russell, Hustlin' Hooks is another great option. That's true. I would love to have Adina and Melinda on. I love them. They're amazing people. That would be fun. I agree. So yeah, leave your questions down in the comments. And again, we do this every Tuesday at 12:30 Eastern time. Next week is going to be a themed live. I'm going to have a topic that I'm going to discuss with you guys. But every other week is a Q&A like we did today. Just a more casual sit down chit chat and answering the specific questions that you guys have. That being said, if we don't have any questions rolling in, we're going to end this by letting you guys know that I recently revamped my website. So if you guys head to dealingwithdalton.com, it is a lot more aesthetically pleasing. I picked out a new color palette, took a nice picture for my shoe trees. If you guys don't know, I have shoe trees available. I'm coming back. These are shoe trees. You put them in the shoes to, take pictures. You can clean with them. Or if you don't clean and take pictures of shoes, they're a good way to air out your shoes after like a nice game of basketball. Keep the stench out. I got these available in 2 sizes, large and small. They fit most shoe sizes. The small is more geared towards larger youth sizes and women's sizes. The large is for, of course, your men's sizing. And I also dropped some new merch. Some I sell used shoes on the internet, t-shirts, and a Champion crew neck. They're really high quality, not just some basic bad quality merch. So that's that. I also set up a newsletter at the bottom. If you want to sign up for a newsletter, I'll send you some shoe reselling tips straight to your inbox. And that's an easy way to keep up with everything going on in my world. So I would love if you guys would go sign up for the newsletter. That would be fun. Dealingwithdalton.com again. But like if there's nothing in there that interests you, by all means, you being here, you watching this far into the video is all that matters to me. You guys are the best. I seen some comments come in. Evan or Julian, huge thanks for the DD shoe tree tip for backless shoes. Yep, if you guys missed that video, these springs come out. So if you have a pair of mules or a pair of shoes that don't have a back, you can just stuff that in the front. Have a short-handled grill brush that is great for scrubbing the bottoms of shoes. Never tried that, but I think that would make sense. Just keep it away from the softer materials. That would work good on the bottoms, but the tops, it might tear them up. Jody, wait, I can't pull it up either way. What can't you pull up? Delusional Picker, how big is your locker? My storage unit is 20 by 10. But yeah, I need to ramble for a minute because if I hit end stream or stop streaming, it just like cuts me off. And I hate that. So like, if it's going to cut me off, I think that it should at least cut off some things that don't matter. So I don't think we have any more questions coming in. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are all the best. Jody, let me know what you can't pull up. If it's my website, I'm going to cry. But that being said, I'll see you guys next week.